Hey, hey! Neither Ostap and Winter Rave. How's everyone doing this week? Doodle-doodle. So, trailer next week probably? Oh, for Arknights? Yeah, probably, yeah. For CN, yeah. Would it be next week already? I guess it could be. But it might... Well, because it's Bobble Rerun. It should be Bobble Rerun. Or maybe they... I would imagine Bobble Rerun is first, but maybe it isn't. Actually, I guess it might be episode 15 first, then Bobble Rerun, then the next limited event. I did see new ID teaser for Extra Twinkie Sinclair. Okay, Bubble Rerun is later. Yeah, I guess it makes sense because now the episode 15, chapter 15 itself isn't like isn't the big event itself. Unlike with the bigger ones like chapter 14, which was the big event itself. Hey there, Derne. So the event itself, right? So the Arknights event that starts today on Global is in an hour. It launches in an hour. The game isn't in maintenance or anything. There's only a short maintenance. But the event itself is in an hour. And I think we'll probably just yap around for an hour. We have some stuff to talk about and so on, so. Not you. And I said, no. I said hello to you just because. If you come in here, you didn't see the point where when you enter chat it says you hereby accept that streamer man would say hello to you. And I mean, yeah, the episode 15 teaser is extremely it's a little priestess coded. It's a little spooky, one could say. And all the text and flavor text that came with it is also quite the Monka S. And yeah, there's been some more. Actually, I feel like it's been for a while now, hasn't it? Where the guesses has been that it's Laterano for the limited event, which would make sense. We haven't had a Laterano thing in a while, and there's like big stuff to do in Laterano. So, priestess playable? Maybe not. Maybe not. That would be quite the strange one. Hey there, Cubic Clasher. I mean, we could just look at it a little bit. Indeed, the dev news. Obviously, this is literally just the image that they post for the dev news, but PRTS looking quite spooky, and there is also some hidden text here, which probably is down in the comments. Men or women? What does this mean? What do you mean? What is the context for this question? Hey there, Xenesis. Suzudad playable would be very. I think playable Suzudad, I think, is very possible. We just need to get an event where it would make sense. Or operator? Both? Why do I have to choose? Already edging for the lore drops. Just gooning for the lore drops. But man, they really chose a very spooky, like this is so ominous. The teaser for episode 15 is so ominous. Considering that our like knowledge or what we knew episode 15 to possibly be was like, oh, they're going to Rimbilliton. At some point I think it was said that it's just going Rimbilliton. But then they've dropped this insanely like suspicious sort of ominous episode 15 teaser, and dude, the text gets even more ominous. The like flavor text or whatever gets even more ominous. After countless blinks and flashes, you observe a distant star's demise. When gazing at the light that heralds its end, you find yourself. What destroy them and what may destroy us? You know some can halt the wind, freeze the tide, and weave memories among the stars. When that person returns with the last hope, will he reach out your hand? After countless blinks and flashes, in the stellar ruins does dust regather. Will new light arise? Gonna go perish now. Okay, have a good veg. Tired man. Being plappable. Goodness gracious. Just to avoid that, we also have Suzu and her mom. Do gacha games avoid having the family playable? I guess some kind of do. They only make one of them, like, significant. But yeah, no, because I somehow imagine we will get Susudad playable as well. He's been teased a bunch, and I feel like he's kind of popular already. Ruins the players. Yeah, but that's the thing with Suzudan and Suzumom though, is that there's like it's been known since the start that they are happily married, even if they don't see each other that much. It does feel like it would have to be a Higashi event. Like if we ever get that Higashi event, that would probably when Suzudan appears. Another furry in my collection. In Spain, raining. Oh yeah. I didn't understand what raining rocks mean. There was a message on the Discord server, which, by the way, the Discord server is now open. I guess I could ping the invite link to the Discord server for fun. And is all ruined with those characters. Yeah, exactly. Wait 6 months. We won't cry. I mean, that is true. True. We do have to wait 6 months. But also, let me find. Where was the extra translation? Oh yeah, here. So the extra translation for like in this image, there's like some, I can't remember where exactly it is. It's there. There you have like some text which reads, where moments fade in cosmic streams and stars in silence sigh, the boundless thread of ancient dreams unfolds across the originium. All that text is so priestess coded. This is not just a casual stroll in Rimbilliton, okay? Don't know a single gacha character right now has a full family going for them. Well, at least not playable ones, at least. Archetype is gonna be interlude. I sleep. Sudden observer hits awake. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what happened? It was supposed to. I assumed it would indeed be a bit of an interlude chapter. We go and hang out in Rimbilliton or something, because I feel like that's the knowledge we had. And now suddenly it's like, hello, priestess and observers. Just seduce them both. I think that's happening. That pretty much happens. I think that's what's happening with the Suzu family. They want the Suzu mom just as much as they want Suzu dad. Hey, it me, or it me. Hey, the James. Are they on PCs or Twitch? Oh yeah. Also, did mention they mentioned like, what did they say? Game engine upgrade was also mentioned. Also the terminal update for main theme, intermessy side story tabs. Right, yeah. Terminal update. Main theme, intermessy side story tabs merge into one tab. Interesting. Considering, you know, it wasn't like the previous update was specifically separating them. Now they're in one tab. Musical score show. Also apparently musical score. Are they like adding the musical like music straight into the game or something, like a jukebox, and then showing a multiple story? And so I think this is where they're probably putting in the timeline, because they mentioned a timeline. What's going on so far? We're talking about some Arknights CN stuff. More gun user operators when we get the next Laterano event, probably. Yeah, the game engine upgrade is interesting. Praying for that PC client. I don't know. I just get the feeling it's like too late for a PC client, but I don't know. I guess if there ever was a time to make a PC client, it would be now with the start of the next arc. Okay, they're still fighting rebellion, fighting a war, fighting Galactus. Classic JRPG escalation. Yep. Kinda, yeah. We could get like a Cal Alter. If there ever was a Cal Alter, it would be like a finale type of situation. And I mean, considering some Endfield lore, Cal Alter could possibly be just monster, but you know, humanoid monster. But yeah, so I think this is when they start, because they mentioned the timeline where they'd actually put all of this stuff into a timeline. Where they'd actually get like an in-game timeline for events and stories and whatnot. I guess this is them doing it now. Where we'll get like a timeline for everything. Where you'll have like main theme intermezzo and side stories actually slotted in where they happen in the timeline. So in theory, if you want to read everything, you can just follow like a timeline. But then obviously, you know, side stories and stuff, I guess. We'll see how they like present it. I hope they like do it quite well and obviously have like, you know, have decent indications for what stuff really is important for like the main theme. Obviously intermezzos are quite important, but you know, some of them come much later in the main theme. But like, because even some side stories, you know, I feel like, because some side stories, you know, you have side stories that are connected to some of the intermezzos. You know, you have like Dorothy's Vision, which is direct prequel to Lone Trail. So I'm just wondering how they'll end up like indicating which stuff is considered very important for sort of a main storyline understanding and what stuff is more optional. New X story might be going to a new play with a monster in that human body. I mean, I feel like that would be, if we get the Keltid into monster, the like humanoid monster, that would be like the very end. Did you ever find out what the text in the first announcement episode 15 is? I remember Reddit posted, but no one was able to code it. Oh, like from the very first one? I don't remember. Most of the while says maintenance ends. We have enough, I think we have enough to yap about to not have to do wilds before maintenance. It's only 50 minutes away. The very, yeah. No, I don't even remember the hidden text in like the very first one. It might have just been gibberish if no one could decode it. Hope it's somehow sortable. Yeah, it would be like... Because if it's just all the events in chronological order, like... That's maybe not the best way to present it. It's just in chronological order. With no indication of kind of, oh, this is a more optional side story, or this is a much more important, like, piece of content. Like... But yeah, having some kind of in-game... actual sort of reading order almost would be very nice. It obviously just makes it much easier to be like, if the reading order is good, you can be like, hey, you can skip like side stories but read everything else just in order. Yeah, there's no like stream for this update, like for chapter 15 and Bubble Rerun. The stream for stuff will be for the next bit, like the next CN stream will be, I don't know, sometime next month. Like maybe mid-April-ish. For, you know, whatever the limited event is then. Which indeed the guess is right now for limited event is like Laterano stuff, which would make sense. This would probably be 420 or so, yeah. Sounds about right. It's like usually 2-ish weeks before the update itself, so. And also, yeah, I am quite excited for just Act 3, because Act 3 is just like, it feels like, you know, we're gonna start really closing off some of these like big things. It feels like after Act 3, like by the time that Act 3 finishes, I feel like we would have kind of solved most of the issues that have been set up. Where you could even argue that it's kind of like the first main storyline of Arknights finishes on Act 3. Like that's the feeling I have. Where you might like, we might end the story of like Amia and Keltsit and even maybe Doctor to some extent. There might be like a bigger shift afterwards. Monster and Keltsit separating the finale, and Keltsit finally locks in with him hands. Because that is the thing. I do wonder if they will actually pull the seemingly transformation of Keltsit or of Monster into M3, like in Act 3, but it could also happen like further down the line, and they don't necessarily show it directly in Arknights. It really depends, like, because Act 3 might also just in general, yeah, start tying stuff significantly more to like link into Enfield. It means he big furry men. Real. Think of the posture check. Something wants to happen in the new chapter. I wonder if it translated. Well, I don't think anything would happen to Monster in episode 15. It would be like towards the end of the act if something happened. No timeline ones. Hey, there's that boost. And because obviously on that one Enfield promo image they did for like just like a spring art piece, they did have that hidden like date in there, didn't they? Where is it? Here. This this hidden date, like, huh? 15th of June until the 6th of July? Pog GMM, it's true. I've been watching GMM for probably over 10 years at this point, I think. It's been a long time. It's my GMM is my it's my daily like lunch video. Chapter 16 is roads going to the city. Trust Lola is my wife. Wait, to the city. Which city? What city? Just the city? So because obviously this is like Q2 2025. Well, I guess actually never mind. It depends on which country you're in, if it's Q2 or Q1. The city? Oh, the city. Okay, I wasn't sorry. My brain rot wasn't, you know, fully active. I had the wrong brain rot gear on. Man, I've pretty much fully covered from being sick, but it's left me with this very long tail of just having like a runny nose. I'm still constantly having to blow my nose, which is very annoying. Stop. I mean, yeah, there's still quite a few years of Arknights. Like Act 3 is gonna take a while. Act 2, so chapter 9 to chapter 14 took how many years? 3 years? Took like 3 years, a little over 3 years. Or about, I think it's about 3 years, yeah. About 3 years. From like chapter 9 to chapter 14. So. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. So there's probably like at least another 3 years for Act 3. Like, we're not exactly close to the end yet in that sense. Speaking of chapter 14, holy banger. Also, yeah, there's still a couple Sui siblings to go through as well. Obviously, some of them are dead and some of them are villains and maybe won't be playable. So there's not that many available for actually becoming playable necessarily, but how long has this game been going? So Arknights CN is now, in a month, it'll be 6 years. Like at the start of May, end of April, it'll be 6 years for Arknights CN. And global is just over 5 now. So we'll end in Act 3 though. Well, so I imagine this is what I've imagined in my head. Is that Act 3 will kind of be the end of what we kind of know as the current main story will be the end of Act 3. But like the game's gonna continue. They're not gonna shut down the game. And obviously one thing is that a huge focus of Arknights is all the side stories, which don't necessarily have to be related to the main story. So even after like a main story ends maybe, there's still gonna be like loads of side stories to do and whatnot. We got bananas, so we'll get the evil sibling as well. Maybe. But the evil sibling is a dude and not a pretty woman, so it's different. Hit me, Winter. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I imagine Act 4 will be more of a new beginning type thing. Because also, like, you know, let's say Act 3 ends in 3 years. That's 9, almost 9 years. Like 8 to 9 years of game. At that point, you kind of want to almost start finishing off your, like, first main storyline. Special Stalker quote. Should I get Irene? Yes, because Irene is cool. We like Irene here. We stan Irene. Kind of Chinese philosophy to have them all together. This is somewhat true, yeah. But I do wonder if they'll pull up some kind of strange thing where they like end up having all the Sui siblings somehow come around, but I don't know. Theras would be the main boss, or an observer, maybe a priestess. I think it's gonna be a bit of a combination, considering Theras right now is seemingly like is probably in some contact with priestess after chapter 14. Then I imagine it's gonna be a combination of a bunch of that stuff. Like, Theras probably won't be like the final boss. Theras will almost be like maybe like almost like a mid-boss-ish thing or something. Or it's gonna be a bit of a boss rush at the end. If that's how you wanna describe it for a narrative, a boss rush. But also, because the thing is that I don't necessarily think, like, I feel like the main storyline, or like Act 3 might not end in like a, oh, we beat the observers kind of ending yet. I feel like there's kind of more to go for that still. So I feel like it would be, I mean, it could, but somehow I imagine that like the observers won't just be fully beat by the time Act 3 ends. Yeah, there's a game engine update that they mentioned in the whatever. Game engine upgrade, whatever that means. We'll see, I guess. I think we're still far from the observers. Yeah, it feels like we're building towards the observers as a thing. But it feels like Act 3 will sort of more so, I guess, Act 3 will be solving all the current issues so that you can then prepare to take on the observers kind of situation. I feel like that might end up in enemy of my enemy scenario. I mean, very possible. I mean, also Theras is doing some interesting things. I feel like, you know, this might have been, maybe this was a leak even that I saw or something, but I also just get the feeling that Theras is, you know, kind of going in that like anti-villain direction, where yeah, it's kind of a villain, but then like not just for no reason or whatever. But it's just a simple upgrade. They need to update to do some crazy stuff with gameplay. It could be both. It might, because it could very well just be like, you know, hey, let's get rid of some spaghetti code kind of situation. Or yeah, just a bigger update to sort of the Unity engine. End is never the end. Oh yeah, exactly. No. They might end like the current mainline story or whatever, but the game itself is not going to end. Like there's many examples of this. There's very many examples of, you know, a gacha game or something finishing their, like, initial main story after 10 years or something. But then, like, you know, continues going and just starts up another, like, big story. Well, the last act for, like, yeah, what I think is sort of the current main story. I don't know what you'd sort of, like, it could be the sort of last main act for, I don't know what you'd, like, what would you, it's hard at this point to say what the sort of, this first main storyline is. It's like the Armia storyline almost. No, the game can't go on forever, no. But usually these games, when they're successful, they don't just end when they're successful. They will, like, usually kind of just keep going until sales aren't quite good enough to justify it anymore. And then they start, like, writing it down and writing it away. Alternatively, sometimes they might try and do, like, you know, kind of reboot it into, you know, quite literally like an Arknights 2 or something. Last act where Dr. Amnesia being ungenuine and where their roots. Yeah, that feels like another part of it, is like kind of the act getting, it's like the Terra arc. It's sort of the arc of like solving these main issues that have been set up on Terra, caused by like the previous civilization and the mysteries behind Doctor's past and sort of the Amia and the Sarka's King stuff, and also kind of Keltsid as well. It's like that general surrounding storyline, I feel like, is what's probably gonna end with Act 3. And then it goes somewhere from there. Like, kind of the past has now been solved and left behind, and you can kind of look straight at the future, for example, the Observers. It's par for his full space, or it could be. Fable 3 isn't that crazy, not completely insane. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it would be better if no. Indeed, yeah, if there's a prophecy in chapter 10, the last thing remaining is his solitary death. I feel like it would be better for the narrative, probably, if indeed Theresis does end up dying and is not playable, but you know. Make Monster into a spacecraft. No, you can't make Monster into a spacecraft. Monster has to become a almost Keltsid lookalike cute girl, so that she can be in Enfield as M3. But there is this Crusher, specifically Crusher. Dude, playable Manfred though? Playable Manfred is like a genuine possibility after chapter 14 and whatnot. That would be peak. That would be peak. So profile picture and Physi's community post was going on there. Oh, Fizzy, okay, Fizzy posted apparently. I'm too late. Actually, I might as well mention it here. Wait. Indeed. I mentioned last week that I was part of a collab. I was part of a collab recording. That thing is now premiering tomorrow in 21-ish hours, just under 20 hours, or 21, like 21 hours. Over here on Renegade's channel. Premiering in in 20 hours. So actually, I'm just gonna put this link into chats as well. Go put it on your notifications. Shit gets heated. It is a game show, and by the end of it, there is quite the chaotic arguments going on. It gets a little heated. I'll also make like a community post and like a tweet or something about this as well. But yeah, in about 20 hours, in just over 20 hours, tomorrow is the premiere. So, you know, go click them bells, go click them notifies. Also true, it does have kind of ended up as Arknights characters on the right and then others on the left. Even though like everyone here is in some form or another an Arknights creator. Obviously, so I mean, I guess I could explain like the game show, but it's also explained in the video. But so, I mean, yeah, sure, I'll just quickly explain it. Also, we have some people who look. Whoa, it's people. 3v3 twerk off. Huh? Does he super here? So I think super wasn't available. I mean, like we had a 2 teams of 3, so. So yeah, so essentially, okay, so the game show is called Categories. And the update is in 30 minutes. Game show is called Categories, so essentially how it works is that you're giving a category, and then you have to essentially you play chicken. Like you choose one person from each team. You get a category of like operators with something, like some design element, for example, operators with horns or something, and then you have to go back and forth saying how many operators can you say or remember in 30 seconds, and you go back and forth until the other side gives up. Like, no, like, no, you can't do, like, either, you know, calling your bluff, like, no, you can't say that many in 30 seconds, or they think that they can't say enough, and then the other team has to actually do it. They have to name however many they said. Let's say, like, okay, I can say 20 operators with horns in 30 seconds. Then I have to say 20 operators with horns in 30 seconds, and if I don't, the other team gets a point, like if I fail. So that's how it goes, and then there's a bunch of different categories, and you go back and forth. And the reason why it gets heated at the end is because you are allowed to debate the answers. Like, no, that's not valid. That answer, that's not valid. You're allowed to, you know, call into question. So and I'm not saying anything, okay? But it might have been rigged, okay? It might have been rigged. That's all I'm saying. It might have been rigged. I'm expecting Gooner shit in there. I mean, well, there was already a preview posted by Renegade of one of the questions. And it was in the Gooner category, so... But yes. This is releasing tomorrow, so go look at it. I'll also make posts and stuff or whatever after stream. And obviously, yes, this is all for fun. We get into arguments and whatnot, but ultimately it's still all for fun. Like, you know. So can you debate that Lin is a tank if question was to name tanks? Yes. If there was a question of, like, name operators who are, like, you would consider tanks. Yes, you could debate on whether or not someone is a tank. Yeah, so in about 20 hours. Actually, I'll even pin this link on YouTube side. I'll just pin it everywhere, actually. There we go. Message is pinned. Hey there, Renegade. I was promoting our arguments. Yes. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I will also make a post after stream. I just didn't have time to make it before. I've told everyone to go and click on that notify me button. See? Look, I clicked on it. You should also click on it. you do not want to miss. No, you don't. It did get very chaotic in a good way. Good arguments, as I say. Like, heated argument, parentheses, affectionate. I guess Vizzy already posted. Actually, I do wonder, indeed, it might be better to just put the channel there, because I feel like when you put a video link into a community post, I feel like that community post gets, like, no traction for some reason. It's weird. And I don't know if I'm just hallucinating it, but I feel like every time, if I've ever done a community post that has like a video link in it, specifically a video link, like a YouTube video link, it feels like the post itself gets like way less engagement and like traction somehow. Preventing Grand Overture and soon after that, the second set of Kuzev and Limited Banner should be, unless they've changed something with the schedule again, because it's a little bit tight time-wise. Just like when they'd want to get it out, considering Vector Breakthrough starts today in like 25 minutes, which is 2 weeks. Unless they overlap Grand Overture with Vector Breakthrough a little bit, it gets very tight, like, to fit everything in. Like the flip up? Yeah, we were talking about that, Renegade. Well, yeah, it's like, it's right, for somehow right side is Arknights people, and then it's the others somehow. Right, 'cause it's also Stronghold Protocol as well at some point. But that can't be before, that can't be like after. Like let's assume that the next story event is Grand Overture. You can't have an event between Grand Overture and then the next Limited. Otherwise, the next Limited event is gonna end up being like very late. Like they have to kind of be back to back almost. It's like it would most likely would be like Siege Alt and then right into Syracuse second. Because there's just not enough time. Like they just don't have the time to do that unless they decide to like push the limited event back. But because mid-April, right? Mid-April is 3 months since the previous limited event started, and they're every 3 months. So hey, Fobum, thank you for the tier 1 member. Welcome, welcome. If you join the Discord, you will get a special member role and access to the member channel. Link in the description. Getting intense since Cinema Chapter 15, man. Yep. This is gonna be the fucked up part, is that like we're gonna get the CN teasers like mid-April as well. Around the same time, in theory, we have like, you know, something like a limited event coming around in Global. And then it gets like overshadowed because like, okay, here's the limited event in Global, which has, you know, like Lapland and all that stuff. But then like the CN teasers come along and they just kind of like overshine because that's the new shiny stuff if you're following CN. It happens every time because they're like approximately sort of around the same time. It's like, yeah, 6 Anna. Well, I mean, we're talking about 6 Anna, yeah. Because that would be like, we'd probably be getting the trailers for 6th anniversary like mid-April-ish. Like sort of week or two before the actual anniversary, which would be sort of April-May change. This is always around the time that like the hype is the biggest because you're getting to the 6th anniversary. Or like the anniversary in general, which is always a big one. Always a big ol' event. I remember if there's right, yeah, we don't have any other teasers for Arknights and stuff. Obviously there's the Bobble rerun, which is, I mean, it's just a Bobble rerun. But I guess Bobble rerun might bring along an Ascalon skin or something. Or chapter 15, episode 15 might bring along an Ascalon skin or something. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh right, April Fool's event as well. True, April Fool's event is like soon. I think there's leaks for what the April Fool's event is already, if I remember correctly. Also, did it not? I'm wondering, did it not actually play the member, like the YouTube member sort of notification sound? It played the animation, but it didn't play the sound, I think. Is it broken again for some reason? Might be. I wouldn't be surprised. Ascalon bikini skin? No, don't put that evil on me. Take those words back. Go away. Yeah, Taiwan players are like even more behind. Like, yeah, they're like 6 months behind global, which is funny. It's very, it's odd. Which some CC players use as a way to have like a year of extra time essentially to figure out like max risk clears for CC and stuff. Well, probably Odd skin on Bobble rerun, yeah. That would probably be like, man, maybe a freebie. It could be a freebie, but that's gonna probably be on 6th anymore. So like, Lemon to be a doll keeper, stand up from the wheelchair instead of dying and attacking. She has stood up. She has stood up from the wheelchair already in story in the Hortus, I believe. So. Ascalon with the 2-piece would sell like hotcakes though, and I hate that that's true. It's like extremely true, and I hate that it is. Like, what can I say? I'll literally just keep this here. This is just free promo if I keep this here while we're yapping, waiting for the events to start. Shining Altar I think wouldn't happen with episode 15. I think Shining Altar would come along later. Actually, well, the thing is, I imagine, especially after chapter 14, I imagine that Shining Altar will come in a separate event, very much like Reed Altar did. There's gonna be a separate event for like finishing the sort of Shining storyline, Shining Nightingale Needle storyline. There's gonna be its own separate side story, I think, and that's probably where we're gonna get Shining Alt. I'm talking as, you know, as if it is obvious that we will get a Shining Alt, because I believe in the world where that is obvious. And like a given. Yeah, Shining Storyline doesn't seem like it would fit into Act 3, indeed. It was already actually a little bit, to me it was already a little bit surprising that it was actually so heavily tied into Act 2, into the Londinium arc. Like, it actually came as a bit of a surprise that it was weirdly sort of quite in there. But even then it was like kind of separate from what was happening, even within it. It was like a sort of a side plot line that was happening during it. Finishing off Confessors part 53. That motherfucker just keeps escaping with his life, just barely. The thing is though, that wheelchair is kind of cool though. Her being in a wheelchair would just be kind of cool though. Yeah, like, so when you look back on it, it makes sense that Shining is there for Act 2 because Act 2 ends up being so heavily about the Sarkas in general, so it makes sense. But at first, it's like, oh, Shining is here? Huh, okay. Which I wasn't complaining about, you know, I was excited. You know, would've been cool too? Hit me. Also, yes, JT-A3 boss is quite something. The Tallulah boss in Chapter 8, that shit is, like, terrible affectionate. Like a nightmare affectionate. Mandragora with an eye patch and one arm missing, making a stone processor. Do you want Mandragora to become the boss? Like Snake? Also, I just have to say, every time Mandragora is brought up, I just have to say it. Every single update where it seems more and more likely that that bitch is just dead and the Copers are in shambles, I am thriving, okay? I am looking and just being like, yes, yes, sweet Mandragora Coper tears. However, this is gonna backfire insanely if she actually does end up not being dead. If the Copers end up being correct, it's gonna backfire so bad. It's gonna be like insane recoil. I might not survive. Like, it might be like, it might be over for me at that point. Chapter 15, Tallulah playable manifest. Maybe not chapter 15. I imagine, however, that Tallulah would be playable sometime Act 3. Because I imagine Tallulah as well is... There's probably gonna be, like, maybe even multiple, like, Neo reunion side stories as well. Like, we're still missing a side story for Neo reunion. They've just been tied to main story stuff as, like, a side plot. I feel like we're gonna end up with possibly even a pretty big event. I wouldn't be surprised if, like... Okay, I'm cooking. Okay, I'm cooking. I turn the fire on. I put the soup on the cook or on the fire, okay? Half-year anniversary event for CN is gonna be a big Neo reunion arc, and Tallulah is playable. I'm cooking. I'm turning up the heat. I didn't read anywhere that she was dead as Misery saved and let her go to the sewers. No. In that dialogue, Misery offered to save her and she refused. And then seemingly died. And then later, Horn says that she buried Mandragora with her own hands. Which would be a weird thing for her to say if it's just, like, not true. By the way? Like, that's not very Horn-ish, that she would just, like, go on the internet and tell lies. So, like... Then, well, I mean, Sui banner is always for Chinese New Year. So, I mean, that's like always a guaranteed. She clapped Walter and Surtur. Good. You have to actually think for once. But don't be lying. But I mean, well, after half-year anniversary, the next... Wait, no, wait. Yeah, after half-year anniversary, CN half-year anniversary, the next banner is always a Sui banner, because it's Chinese New Year banner. There's a blank slot on the intelligence report, there's one more Kazimierz event. I mean, probably would be. There absolutely will be more Kazimierz stuff still, because at the very least, the end of Zwillingssturm sets up Wenar trying to find out the truth, what happened to Neil's parents, to mom and dad Neil. So I feel like that has to happen at some point. So summer event is Neo reunion. Actually, I do wonder what the summer event this year would be. Because the summer events have been... It could be a sequel to Pepe event, because they did set up stuff there to do something else, so it could be a sequel. But I feel like summer events usually don't do like sequels every year. They usually go off to somewhere else, and then come back to like the previous summer event afterwards. We'll get at least one Higasho Minis event someday. Dude, share me some of that copium, man. I need more. If you're gonna be happy to meet Neil and then when R shows up, yep, very funny. Because yeah, there's for sure still some Kazimierz stuff to take care of, so should be one more event there at the very least. Yeah, Rim Bulletin needs a bunch because, well, apparently at some point I'm pretty sure, I think on the first, when the first teaser for chapter 15 came out, I think we got like, I think it was said that it's going, like, it's happening in Rim Bulletin. So main story is even going towards Rim Bulletin. So maybe we don't get an event for Rim Bulletin right away, but you guys are into the current IS4 tournament so far? I'm not interested. I think I've tuned in like a couple separate times, but I don't follow it too closely, you know. And yes, we need Higashi for Suzudad, yes. Yes. Exactly. Just in general, we need an actual Higashi event. Like, it still doesn't exist. We're 6 years into the game. Oh, there is also, yes, the Kerag sequel also that did end on a semi-cliffhanger as well. So that's another thing. Because obviously, well, I mean, because there's like a bunch of like Act 2 events which, you know, kind of set up like sequels for more stuff happening later, which will probably end up somewhat converging like in Act 3. To have Kazimierz and Shining Nightingale listen ends in one event. I don't think those would be happening in the same event anymore. It would be just a little strange, even if yes, they kind of have that connection through Needle. Otherwise, the Kazimierz and Shining Nightingale don't have any relation to like to Kazimierz stuff other than the fact that Needle exists. Public explore the unknown area versus said that's the place the northern demons were. They empower the royal guard, especially. Well, that's Sami. That's the northern ice fields that we explore in Sami. And the collapsals and all that. Renegade, what the bro? Why do you mental damage, psychic attack, man? Huh? What the fuck you mean? I mean, I know what you mean, but why? Why would you say these things? Brother. Vile. Well, I mean, no, but like, kind of. Saying that out of nowhere is vile. I do wonder if we would get a Nightingale altar. It feels very possible that they could, but... And not a Nightingale altar that's Futa, okay? No. He's a game show man, his job is to get reactions from people. Speaking of Emperor's Blade, by the way, literally playing right now. It's just the right time. Shake him head. About 10 minutes, by the way, until the actual event is up. So, also, wait, is this like... Give me a... Oh, it is. What? Huh? Oh, because of that, right, okay. Yeah, because there's like a black bar at the bottom because the window isn't exactly the same size because it doesn't have the Windows bar on it. So it's like not exactly the same size or whatever. It's this like black fucking bar at the bottom. No, can't do shit about it, man. Fight 13 Emperor's Blades. Whoa. The only thing the event tells you, there's angy Rosmontis, yeah. Because that's the most important part, you know, you don't need to know more. That's all you need to know, angy Rosmontis. She's very angy. But yeah, I mean, the next, like, month is gonna be... A month and a little bit more, actually, is gonna be... Once again, a lot of stuff happening in Arknights. With obviously Global getting some bigger events and then 6th anniversary for CN. Always big time. Got hit by several maintenance. Oh yeah, I guess maintenance could be on already. I think maintenance is supposed to start at... Oh no, I might have started actually already, yeah. It's just a short one, but I think it might have started already. Okay, yeah. Seems to be so. It has started. Huh, which is weird considering it says maintenance time was supposed to start in 7 minutes and go for 10 minutes, but apparently it's already started. Never mind. Scam, Yostar, please. Yeah, and well, probably the next update for a global, like, actual app update will give us, yeah, the next set of, like, data mines for event timings and whatnot. Yeah, the community story for this event is very funny, Purple. And yeah, maintenance is indeed on. I will go to the bathroom, I think. We got like 5 minutes of maintenance. Oh yeah, there should be a bunch of Limbo stuff happening soon as well. I mean, now we have a little bit of break because the intervallo just started, so like not too much for the next 2 weeks, but... I'm glad you stopped yourself, Renegade. I do also wonder if we would get a Rose Altar at some point. It would be quite fun. And deserved. But yeah, I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'll try and not cover up Pearly. There we go. Holy moly, I hear a peak. I hear a peak. Like 2 minutes. Server has not opened yet. Okay, fine enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh no, brain rot. Also, so I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. Though, except tomorrow I'm gonna start. Stream's gonna start slightly later tomorrow. I have like a late class, so I won't be home early enough to start stream at usual time. But do you guys want to watch the collab together? Obviously I was in it, but I haven't seen the finished product. So do you guys want to do a watch along of it? Just on stream, if I have time. Because otherwise, because obviously, I'm not sure if I'll finish the Vector Breakthrough event today. So then I'll probably finish it tomorrow if I don't today. Which I imagine I probably won't today. Because after event starts, I have about 2 hours. And then tomorrow, I have to start later, so I'll have slightly less time than usual on Wednesdays. But if we have time, we could watch this, we could do React Andy, absolute slopper content. Because now it's justified, I'm part of the content, so I can just React Andy. Shamelessly steal someone else's effort. Game open yet? Nope. Game not open yet. Oh, what the fuck? It's not big enough. Sir? There we go. You can see my email. Oh no. My business email. Oh, by the way, also, I mean, the game has told you to do this as well. But indeed, go and link your account to a Yostar account if you haven't already, because it will be necessary soon. So go do it ahead of time, just in case. Functionally nothing changes, by the way. You don't sign in any other way. It's still just the email signing. But you have to, like, link it to a Yostar account. Is it open? We're open! Never mind. Data expired. Okay, that's fair enough. Favorite EP song? That's a very nasty question. Oh yeah, the update itself. Wait, why? Because Yostar is just like having a Yostar didn't have like a proper Yostar account system until now. Or whatever, at least for Arknights. So now they're just adding it to Arknights, so they want you to link it so that, you know, your account is more safe. Your favorite EP song is a loaded question. There's so many, man. There's so many good ones. I could probably like list some of my favorites, but favorite? That's like a whole stream of ranking music. How would they need it? Oh. Okay, we're in. I guess, well, I mean, the music will play for now still. It's not like there's any special music. Okay, I see you have a modus operandi, don't you, Renegade? I see what your game is. Fuck, it's like he sent me gay. That's just all he sent me. He saw my email and sent me gay. He's done it again. He's done it again. This is how he works. This is what he does. What a terrible human being. Just ruthlessly assaulting people with emails. True, the email does have a rainbow in it, it's true. Hey, well, the music should be in the event itself, but obviously not like in the main screen. Oh yeah, there's this headhunting. At least you didn't send Nightingale Futa pics. Thank God. Yeah, well, I couldn't have shown that on stream. Yeah, I know purple. That was a funny one. 30 stamina and 300 a random from Penguin Logistics. No way. crazy. 42 million LMD, yep, I don't have much to use it on. That's the fucked up part. I will be back at yeah, trying to beat Tallulah, huh? Doctor. Oh, hello, Amia. Hello, Donkey. Doctor, welcome to Vector Breakthrough. Rose on an internal assessment. For this test, we have taken the combat data of lead operator Rosmontis and reconsidered into a training officer. Okay, let's see. I kind of feel like I'm gonna need to sneeze soon, which is incredibly annoying. He would, but none exist, only shine, and don't ask me how I know. Nah. Saying don't ask me how I know tells me everything I need to know. Also, I'm not that surprised, actually. That makes sense, considering the ship dynamic. So... This is Kernel Break, the main testing ground for this assessment. New test points will be added at each floor to assess our combat abilities. In Kernel Breakthrough, the special front testing area will unlock after clear the first floor. By completing stages and assigning operators to garrisons, we can gain buffs for Kernel Breakthrough battles. On passing the assessment, you will earn corresponding attainment points, which can be exchanged for awards in Milestone Breakthrough. Wow! Yeah, it's this, you know, reward system. The Zoophilist. Still a bit of an awkward name. During Vector Breakthrough drills, we need to lead our operators through successive tests of the trainers. As we go deeper in Kernel Breakthrough, trainers will go stronger, gain new abilities. We can activate combat supplies to obtain buffs and grow our own combat strength as well. First case of each stage in Kernel Breakthrough and Special Front will award attainment points. Repeated case of Kernel Breakthrough stages will continue to award attainment points in a small number. Attainment points can be exchanged for awards from Breakthrough milestones. Wow! And yeah, this guy, yeah. Nice to hear this sort of more, what do we even call this kind of techno ambience? Diddle. Pick 01, Fistful of Wind. Picking up shattered armor, bracing against unseen blows, and standing firm until the final moment. Breakthrough stage 1 to unlock. Oh, okay, yeah. You do have some stages that unlock after 5 days. Okay, so there is also content next week to do. Trance, yeah, but it's also like a specific form of trance, right? It's like this ambience, like techno trance. Techno music is certainly techno, right? I mean techno is in technological ambience rather than techno as in the form of EDM. Look at these boys. What team has it grabbed for this? We can remove We Shut Up though. We don't need that. We don't need that woman. You know, we could put in Opie and this actually is really, I don't know. It almost looks like, I don't know what team it's grabbed for this, but it sure has grabbed a team. Give me Gadia as well. For fun? Just say Laterano event lobby theme. No. Because Laterano event lobby themes, or just event themes in general, they also have like some church music in them, so it's different. Right? It's not just pure techno. Also, yeah. It's nice when they do put in new tracks for events like this rather than holy moly. Because sometimes they reuse like normal battle tracks instead. Yeah, they're gappy. The sprint time more active and obnoxious. Ah, yes. My Ascalon can cover this entire thing. I'm kind of interested to see what happens if I just have Ascalon here. Now this is pretty traps, yeah. This dude is a small issue, however, if they dodge too much. But they don't have arts dodge, so it's fine, but Oh, sorry, what did I say? Gappy, I meant Shango, yeah. Your message was so close that my dumbass read the wrong name. Now that was quite something. Alright, move your asses. I guess I should have actually put her like front, like slightly more front to hit them while they're here already. They put Cyrus into your team? I don't know what team it grabs for these. I don't know if it grabs one of the... if it just maybe grabs team 1 from your like normal team screen. Or if it's actually something else that they grab. Oh, these guys move kind of fast. Or because sometimes it feels like they take it from like a previous event that has like a similar sort of team system or whatever. Like sometimes I feel like CCs, for example, when you go into a new CC, it has the team that you previously used in CC. The Ines Escalon combo is true. Uh oh. Do I need to Ines again? I think I did. Edging that box. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Ines, Escalon would have actually soloed that if I put her like one tile down to hit them while they were waiting. Oh, hello, Teresia. Wow. Go to special front. We have a special front testing here. Develop how Rose Island operators work together in combat ops. We can go there to obtain combat supplies. Combat supplies, we can stay. Okay, so by the way, the tutorial's still same thing. If you click on it, sometimes it will just skip the entire message, by the way. Here the enemies that will appear on the special front, we can review the intel in advance and prepare a battle. Because I wish I could skip this text, like make it go faster, but Prepare the enemy attack, we need to station operators defense specific locations on the special front. Operator station for defense can operate as an internal break for operators or be selected for support. Proactive withdraw operators stationed on the special front and reassign them to other operations. However, without stationed operators, the combat supplies will be deactivated. Therefore, swapping out stationed operators is a better option than simply withdrawing them. And the garrison, okay. Additional buffs. Whoa. I don't know why games don't default to instant tech. Yeah, the text going slow and then not being able to like actually advance it. It's fucking wild, however, how that has been an issue in the game since fucking day 1 and it's still there. It's like, wow, that's impressive. Control to activate healing protection. VTE has minus 50% max HP. Allied enemies within matrices recover 30% HP per second. It's just a bunch of these boys. Alright, and then we garrison someone. Thing is, but okay. Man, this is fucked up for newer players who don't have as much stuff to garrison. Because I can just choose, like, you know, whoever the fuck. Or is this like, wait. So wait, how? Oh, no, what? Oh, no, that's how it works? You can only use one operator. You have to, would you have to like, use a certain amount of operators to like clear the map? You know, this is also just one operator, however, no. Defeat the enemy within the time limit, garrison operators and see supplies, okay? Syllable count difference between JPC and an EN? Yeah. I think that's part of it for sure. So like... And yeah, because yeah, you do lose the operator for the boss fight stage, but okay, no, you also do have to indeed like... You have to like, you know, actually clear. So you have to have someone also who can actually like clear the enemy. Issue, you think slow text is not a problem, I think impatient players is issue. Except when the slow text is partially like a Yo-Star thing sometimes as well. And also it is very distracting genuinely, because I read much faster than the text appears. So then I'm like, I feel like I'm dyslexic because I like can't read as fast as I normally would. Supply tactic. Yeah, okay, so you can do this because then you can do this with like a different operator as well. Okay, like here. I don't know if it's one of these dudes or if it's multiple of these dudes. Okay, yeah, more of these unlock after 5 days, so like next week. Okay, I guess, okay, it always shows you, okay, so here it shows that there's 2 enemies, here it shows that there's also 2 enemies. Okay, fair enough. Do these have like multiple operators? Okay, yeah. There's just like a 1v1. I guess a 1v1. Slow text has been issued in English games translated from other language for decades at this point. Okay, never mind, it's not just one of them, it is multiple. Well, this was not the correct operator for use for this, I must say. Okay, let's come back. Let's come back. It's the wrong operator. Okay, so it doesn't actually show you how many enemies there are. It's a little silly. I feel like you should be able to see how many of them are gonna be there. We can take, you know, what can we take? We can actually, this kind of lets me use like some operators that I use much less often. I think Zula. Why not? You could also, yeah, you could use like a fast redeploy or someone. But like, when you kind of need someone sort of to, I like how they tell you to like put it here though. Man, these recommended things, like deployment slots, have not been a thing for a while. Yeah, you don't have one block here. I guess they do come in a little bit faster. Yeah, hit me harder. Did you do the 2 new tutorial stages in the first 2 chapters? Wait, that's the thing? Recommended tell is probably a lie as usual. In here. Work for this one. There's 2 new tutorial stages for free Originium? What, in chapters 1 and 2? Almost maximum stamina, by the way. Really? Why did they notify me? There is! They really did give you, no way! TRS1! Where's the other one? Oh, there isn't one here. Where's the next one? There was supposed to be 2 new ones? There's another one, TRS2! No way! We can come back to this at some point. What the heck is the point of that one? I guess just a slightly more complicated, whatever, I guess. Okay, let's check this one. Okay, these bozos. Battle endlessly delayed, is a battle lost? It's obviously, well, this is obviously a thing which is annoying. Then you have this brawl. So what would you do here? Probably, I think what you do here, one of the basics would just be a little bit of bait, along with just someone who can kind of just another normal like solo fielder. Sure. Why not Holderer? Surely Holderer can do this. Second units are supposed to teach you to split up your forces and retreat ops when they're not needed. Maybe not the best spot actually here, but we'll see. Is it just these 2 dudes? I think it might literally just be these 2 dudes. Move your butt, thank you. Bonk. Bonk. No, just those two. Just those two guys. Yeah, this is a little fucked up though for newer players, because they just won't have as many operators, specifically when these kind of want you to have like a single strong operator kind of to carry and be able to like clear it. It's a little like, oh. We have this. Their shields are our encampments. Great Tail Leader. Oh, that's the splash damage, huh? Oh, yeah, 3 operators. Alright, what can we do here? Look at the map. Same issue we had with the old Mina 7 where you need to clear side missions and leave ups there. Yeah, it is kind of like where it's, you could skip the garrisoning, yeah, but the thing is that then, like, the garrisoning will also help you as a new player. But you have to, like, yeah, it's a little... Because can you use support units? But in this case, it's like, oh, you kind of need, like, someone who can indeed solo. I mean, I guess some of these, like, you know, like this one, for example, almost kind of any good DPS can solo because you have the healing tile. Like any decent-ish DPS blocking DPS can solo. Here, however, like for this one, you do need something like which can kind of just like self-sustain. You could maybe have some form of range damage could also do it, because you do have these range spots and they might not be in range to actually hit you, but... Wonder if Melantha could solo here. Very possible. Melantha would generally be able to solo there, yeah. Just because of the extra healing. But then like here, for example, here, I mean, this is also pretty easy. You need just someone who's like... You could even just use like a decent tank. And then like someone to, you know, bait the... You just need to bait the thing at some point. You could use like a healing defender, like a gummy to block and stuff, but like there's ways around it, but they for sure as hell are way easier if you have like a strong unit who can just kind of solo it. And the buffs are pretty like, enemies have minus 15 attack, leader enemies have an additional minus 15% attack, 300 def and 2 layers of shield deployed. Whatever VT is has minus 50% max HP, allied units with matrices recover 30%. Like, some of these buffs are pretty good. Plus, all identities are immune to negative statuses. VT has 50% self-immolation damage. Like, the buffs seem pretty good. Okay, so what about here though, huh? What are we looking at map-wise? This funky thing where you have like this icky, goopy stuff. Like, I mean, I feel like this could even just be done with like, depending on how many units there are, you could just do this with like a good blocker and a healer. Like in theory, you could just put like a healer in. And like, who else? Like Blaze. You might be able to do with 2. It also could be a mod rock map, yeah. And yeah, I mean that's true, yeah. The event doesn't give you gacha guarantee, because... And yeah, it is kind of like if you're super early, then yeah, you can sort of maybe rather just focus on whatever. It's a little fucked up. They don't actually show you like the amount of whatever. Oh, okay, never mind. This is what they want you to do. Okay, Blaze is not the answer here because this is way too much. You need some arch damage of some kind. That's just too much to block. No. Okay. Good. Is it just a time? It could be a time survival map as well. The important word is like skin and some materials, and yeah. Okay, well, so that's not it. You do want like, you just need some arch damage to break the shields. Just some arts to break the shields, really. I guess AoE art specifically, if possible. Ascalon would work very well there. Gnosis could be funny. Sure. Or Penance S2, yeah, Penance S2 indeed does do arts damage. And AoE. We'll do in this order. And possibly like actually just some like Hoshi with 4 block would actually be better. Wait until like almost everything is in range. Does Gnosis not actually have like enough damage here? Yeah, Gnosis actually doesn't have enough damage here. Yeah, this is a restart, but no way. Yeah, it just wasn't enough arch damage to actually break the shields. We do need, yeah, restart button. I think new CC also has restart button. Okay, so Gnosis wasn't the option here. We could try Penance S2, yeah. Oh, mine isn't mastered. Well, unfortunate. And then you could use... Well, so you could use like slows. You could even do like Angelina S3 or something for some slows. Shining obviously doesn't do anything here now, because... The penance can't be fucking healed anyway. Penance obviously can't be healed. What does this do again? Reduce the attack speed, okay. Yeah, there's a little bit more arch damage to actually get through the shields. Yeah, because once you get through the shields, they just kind of disappear. Does this do enough? Oh, should be, yeah. Whoa, holy moly, you went fast! Never mind. He fucking zoomed. This music can be soloed with Gavi Alter. I mean, the second one, yeah. I mean, this can be soloed with a lot of units, I feel. This BO2. No, so we can take someone else instead of Shining, because we're not using any heals. Who else could be here for fun? And really, I guess just more like arts. Sure. Dusk. Won't be able to deploy her right away, but... Too expensive. Actually, well, actually see how this goes. I'll be somewhat unfortunate on... Mostuma, yeah. Mostuma would have been an option for sure. I've got to buy just enough time here for... Alright, because once their shield breaks, they fucking like zoom super fast. Also, S2 actually would have been better. Okay, these boys moving now. Could have maybe saved Penance S2 actually? I think yeah, I didn't actually need to use Penance there. Okay, good. Already targeting Penance instead of these, so... Yeah, so I'll be right. Not gonna be right up. Yeah, most of the probably would have been a almost better choice, but we'll use Dusk for fun. I see this doing, you know, somewhat high arts resist here. None of the 3 stars can solo the first stage unless you're bad. You could be bad. But it's also, it might just be, you know. Okay, well, already got a medal. It's hidden behind my face, but it could just be a stat difference, so. Supply activated, wow. Different map. Oh, we have some drones. Oh, okay, okay. It's ice stuff, huh? Oh, here's VT. Oh, it's Rose's sword. Reed altered his own. Yeah, Reed probably would, yeah. Cutting edge tactical equipment designed by Rhodes Island Engineering Department specifically for this round of Vector Breakout training. Vector Breakout here, not Vector Breakthrough. While manifesting your emotion takes a toll, it offers strength in equal measure. More likely to be attacked. When attacked, inflicts a certain amount of true damage on surrounding allied units. Continuously stuns surrounding allies. Disappears when touched by another enemy, granting that enemy bonus max HP attack. When the enemy is defeated, a VT is created where they fall. Leaves a matrix on the field when destroyed. Allies within the matrix gain bonus max HP and attack and take less physical large damage. Self-destructs after being on the field for some time, dealing large damage over a wide area. Interesting. Oh, who did we have here that we actually used? I think we had Hodor in the team, so it took out a spot. Sure, just go back by. Tried carding and she also can heal out of damage. Rough. Yeah, it just might be a stat issue. The 3 stars can't. Just don't have enough. Even with the healing extra. Honestly, I mean, this is a pretty obvious one to use, like, you know. Alright, because now they pick it up. Funky boys. If I actually put her there, it'll actually just hurt. Do become pretty tanky once they have the thing. They do become pretty tanky. No, we'll have to. Oh yeah, we'll have to destroy the drone. The drones can just be. No, never mind. No, the drones can't just be baited. You do actually have to destroy the drones. Because they don't just. Oh yeah, you have to outrange these. So you have to actually destroy the drone as well. Your girl. Ooh. Ooh, just barely. Nice. Get a nest. Oh, Indra. I didn't read Indra. Your girl, Indra. Yeah, it feels like it's probably just a bit of a stat check, where 3 stars just can't do it, but then like any 4 or 5 star almost can. Surprisingly, you know. Just a couple metal operators in here. Oh, it's her! I'm covering her up. It's her! Rosmontis simulated entry. Breakthrough trainer simulating Rosmontis at the beak of her combat powers. Oh. As she gazes at the walking arsenal brought to life from Banter, her memories are finally liberated. Braver and more determined, she now yearns to fight alongside her companions. Mind Matrix takes less physical and large damage, loses its effect when the VT in the field is destroyed and cannot attack until the VT is reobtained. First term. Fling hurls a VT in an allied unit regardless of distance, dealing 3 instances of physical damage to the target when it lands, just second and third instance of aftershocks doing half damage. Stun targets are instantly defeated. Clears all matrices on the field and retrieves all tactical equipment. There it is Angry Roz. Okay, this is map. Oh, possessed bone throwers, how fun. Shield guard leaders, a different VT. No, it just for some reason it says new, but it wasn't actually new. And then obviously it was. Rosers. I guess we just go in, see what happens. So we haven't. I think we have enough metas to just kind of blast through it. Hit my mic. Burdened. Holy moly, that's a lot of boys. Look at all these boys. I can outrange them if I do this. Ascalon is funny, I must say. Like, oh yeah, it's this track. It's this track. There's Roz. Hi, Roz. Elite op versus elite op. Okay, I have bagpipes, so Ines is ready like instantly. Oh, this dude's still not dead. Oh, because the thing consumed it, that's why. Ow. Can I outrange it? I can. Yeah, fairly tanky, I guess. And they have the debuff. These have the debuffs now as well. Okay, just disappeared on fine. What if we do a funny like this? I mean, he has Gladia, so he just kind of doesn't give a shit. No, will I have time? Good God, he's just chunking the shield guard though. Whoopi is a funny being. Oh, I'm just barely late. Shit. Okay, move your butt. The theme does also. Actually, I'm not sure if I listened to like the full bit at any point. The theme does slap though, it's true. I should go put that into the playlist I have. Quality gameplay. They happen to be on this side of the screen, okay? Rose started on the other end. It was fine then when she was like, fucking Jesus Christ, over there. It's not my fault they decided to all happen on the right side where I am. Can you show me the map? Nice little circle. Enemies, a whole bunch of possessed boys and a VT. Oh yeah, these are just here. I mean, I guess we just go and see what happens. I'm wondering how many, but like, no, I guess it said, I think it was 5 maps. And then some unlock next week. Well, I unlock in like 5 days, so not actually like a full week, which is interesting. They unlock like this weekend. Oh, double BT. Oh, they picked them up. I'm assuming this dude does a whole spinner room. Yeah, maybe Escalon should have been over here actually. No, never mind. Some people are also going this way. Wow, they do be chunky when they have the VTE on them though. They do be chonkers. Quite the chonkers, I must say. Yeah, well, I guess also, you know, I was doing physical damage, so it doesn't help. Also, the Ulpianus works quite nicely with the whole thing that gives you shields on deploy. No, Ascalon is getting hit. I can't even see her fucking health. Oh. Ooh. Keep dodging, Ascalon. Nope. Rip. I gotta. Okay, you're just doing a little. You're doing a little round, huh? Just doing the rounds. That was too early. Alright, they leave these things behind. Ow! Sven is making you do some crazy stuff. It's making me throw meta at it. This hasn't been that hard yet. You could easily do this with much less meta ops. There is like a bunch of, it does feel like you have a little bit of fun. So also it's kind of, you know, the fact that you have just like a couple of enemies. I feel like you can play around a lot with this. I'm currently trying to obtain module for Vigil because I believe he can solo second garrison stage with it. Man, he's okay, yep. It's caused a sickness in you. Truly a sickness. Okay, next Rosie. Level 2 Ros. Okay, now she has a second form. Amplified Fling. Hurls a second VT a few seconds after the first. Stun targets are instantly defeated. Memory loss. Loses a certain amount of HP with every attack and deals arch damage over a wide area around her. Oh, fun. Beat fourth guys with Grey, Pudding, and Gummy. Nice. I mean, it does feel like the fourth stage is very much, it's like, have some slow, like just arch damage and slows. Seems to be like the main thing. And yeah, have like a little bit of blocking. Like a healing defender or something. Impulse inhibition. When entering a rival state, perfectly deals arch damage over a wide area around her every few seconds. Yeah, I mean. Increase some enemies' base stats. This is the map. Oh, we have... Oh, okay, there's a blue box just for drones over here. Versus raiders. Fun. Rosmontis drone! Hey there, Winter. Did you get it? Did you do it? Did you beat her? Cutting edge drone designed by Roadside Engineering Department specific for this round of vector breakthrough training. Rosmontis loves its color. This is the important detail. Rosmontis loves its color. Flying unit can only be attacked while inside. Can only be attacked while inside a matrix. Attacks deal AoE damage. After 2 attacks, the next attack stuns all targets. When defeated leaves behind supplies, it will activate when Rosmontis similar to sentry triggers cognitive collapse. Upon activation, allied units in a wide range will take reduced physical arch damage. Like, these leave behind a matrix when destroyed. Okay, yeah. Having 2 stars is fine, missing 1 star doesn't annoy me at all. Fair. You can come back later to, you know, do it fully, so, for the reward. Only attacked when inside a matrix is... That's a fucky one. That's fucked up. Like, how you also do these? Def Aid Resby. Okay, yeah. The game mode is just a slap for Rosmontis Harris because it's showing what Rondis could have been. See, they're telling us we're gonna get an ult at some point. Believe. You must believe, okay? Just believe. It's that simple. My nose really is annoyingly runny though. Why is it like that? Was it a banger alert? Vic 05. Unforgettable. Unless... Okay, some boys just go in right away, huh? Okay, these boys go through a slightly longer route. Oh yeah, Ros has to appear from here, obviously. Oh, she only does do one loop. Single loop Ros. I think what we could do is set up some I'll actually break this side. Okay, yeah, you just need arch damage to break these. That's the main thing. Did this dude actually get the VTE? Does hurt. Oh, she waits here. Oh, she also recovered the thing, so. Okay, she waits here. She probably waits here as well then. I think this is gonna this is gonna stun and auto retreat, I think. Unless I actually break it. Bonk bonk. Now she's gonna do second phase. It wasn't a good place to put her. Oh wow, that is a fucking big AoE, by the way, I just realized. Also, this drone, however, is really this requires a whole thing. The drone is behind me. This drone, however, where you can only destroy it when it's inside of a matrix, however, is... Hey, Rohansky? Hey, yo, turn that shit up. Orienteering headhunting by in the shop is such a nothing burger. Just the monthly head packing with Origin I converted into another 10 ticket. Yeah, not that uncommon, honestly. This drone is a funky boy, though. Man, that AoE on the thing is pretty wild, though. I guess it will leave the matrix here now. Oh no! Oh no! The drone just disappeared. Okay, if you, I guess if you just if you get rid of Rosmontis, the drones just disappear. Okay, I thought they could become a significant issue, but new to Arknights started last month. Wondering which 5 stars I should roll for in this banner? You mean 6 stars? You could possibly. I mean, so this current banner. Let me go check at it. Actually, what does it have again? Ace your exams medal covered by my face. What does the current banner indeed have? Because I think it is a pretty good one, but it's also somewhat bad. Okay, so well, first of all, we already did all the stages. It took 45 minutes. If you just use meta, it takes like 45 minutes with not much issue at all, which is, I mean, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, because what's on this one now? Yeah, this one. So, I mean, Logos is very good. Sylach is pretty good. Ines is very, very good. Like, Ines and Logos are by far the best here. They're both incredibly good. Viviana is a bit rough. Hoderer is a bit rough, even though I love my Hoderer. Ebenholz can be very good, but requires a little bit more, like, gaming to make work. Oh, right, because you can select. Yeah, you can select. True. Yeah, I mean, Ines Logos is like, if you're just caring about how good they are, Ines and Logos is no-brainer. No-brainer if you just want what's good. I mean, then after that, if it's like what's good, I would go Sylach. Sylach is pretty good. but Psylocke has a lot of alternatives. Elysium and Myrtle do most of the things she does. Like, you don't really need her. Ebonholtz can be fun. And Hodor is just a fantastic character, even if not necessarily the strongest. So you can kind of do like Ines Logos and then like waifu husbando pick almost. But we also do indeed have, probably fairly soon we will have some other big good banners to roll on. So this is like a little bit bait, kind of like it's a little bait. Where it's like, oh, use up some rolls now. So that you have less rolls for the upcoming limited banners. Is Vivi actually good after module? She gets a burn module, doesn't she? Or something like that. I mean, yeah, okay, that helps a little bit, but as a new player, you're not going to be getting a module for a while. And like, Hodor isn't a bad choice, but it's like, not, you know. It's very clearly a Logos and Ines, and then kind of whoever you sort of just want, I feel. Like, you can kind of make arguments for all of these, that like, they're different kinds of good. Ines and Logos, however, are no-brainers. They're just insanely good. They're literally two of the best operators in the game. Like, bar none. Like, it's only, you know, haha funny win button Wishadel who's above these two. So... Hey, who is the store up? Is it Flametail? It's Flametail, okay. Each one Hodor is the third choice for a new account because it's a functional lane Hodor with S1, S2. That does help, yeah, true, somewhat. Like, S2... Well, yeah, like, yeah, Ho can lane hold for sure. Better than the other options on the banner specifically. And lane holding at the start of the game is pretty important. Having a strong lane holder early game is pretty good. Who's below Logos and Ines? Who is below Logos and Ines? Winar? I mean, Winar is honestly almost same tier as Logos Ines. Almost. Maybe not quite. Not anymore quite. But still pretty much. Like, you could put them in the same... Like, same tier, I feel. Ulpi is very good, but Ulpi gets significantly better when you also have Gladia. But Gladia is free. You can get Gladia for free, so that does help Ulpi a lot. Yeah, for early game, Mountain is incredibly strong. It's crazy how good. On it, also, I don't know if this is even... I mean, Reed Alter is very good. Reed Alter is also very good, like probably sort of in a area below Ines Logos. Texas Alter, obviously. Texas Alter. Texas Alter is incredibly good. Texas Alter is same tier as Ines and Logos, I think still. Degenbrecher is pretty good. But I feel like Degenbrecher has already seen like less usage. Like, I don't use her as much as I still use like Texas or something. And also, dude, Ascalon, genuinely. I am constantly just, I'm still surprised how much I use Ascalon after she was released. It's like, I was not a fan of ambushes at all. Like, I did not use ambushes at all. Ascalon, though, is just built diff, man. She's fun to use. She's just very good and really, like, just has such a presence. Like, putting down Ascalon is like, oh, I have removed 50% of the pressure from this map. Like, you have a somewhat high pressure map, put down Ascalon on a choke point, and it's like, oh, I've solved half my problems. It's silly. She's so good. And it just, I feel like it kind of came a little bit out of nowhere. Like, she was absolutely overshadowed by being right before Logos and Wishadel, but she's really good. Should you upgrade Ascalon? Yes. Yes. And Ascalon is, you don't even need to E2 right away. Ascalon is pretty good at E1 because S2 is her most important skill. S2 is her best skill, so you don't necessarily need E2 right away. And also, like, her talent 1 is also the more important talent generally. Extra attack speed helps somewhat, sure. I'm thinking I should, at this point, I'm like, I should just M1, S1 as well. Because actually, I am using S1 every now and then for like AFK stuff. I should just M9 her. Actually, you know what? You know what? You know what? Actually, wait. Okay, no. I had an M3 ticket. I used it on someone. Oh, I used it on Tin Man because it was a 5-star M3. You know what? You know what? There is a bit of an elemental damage. Oh, right. If you can get her, which you obviously can't right now, Virtuosa Arturia is also incredibly good. That's like Logos in S tier. Because of sort of just the fact that we are need a bit of an elemental meta. You know what? We can literally just start doing this right now. Where is it's gone? Logos. Wait, is it Logos? Cash no supporter. Okay, never mind. I mean, it can be Irene then as well. It doesn't matter which one it is. Irene talking to me. Just wasted materials on Marcel. Yes, you did. There you go. Current CN orienteering as HHS Logos, Opiana, Flintel, Hodor, Stainless, and Siege Altar. It's probably going to be different for global though, because we've had the banners like orienteering and joint operation have been different now for global and CN. So yeah, Arturia, yeah, we're talking about the elemental sort of meta baka, where yes, indeed. The reason Arturia is so good is that you can use all of her skills are pretty good, and indeed S1 is just very strong, just almost in any content. It's a big deal. Why Irene is trainer? You don't know the tech? Well, so okay, you could be more efficient, but it's not really worth it. Irene is here. So the thing is, this is okay. Actually, you know what? Let's go. This is the operator masteries meta for lazy people, okay? What you do is M1, Irene, or Logos. Doesn't matter who the operator is, you put in Irene or Logos as trainer for M1 and M2. Because of this effect right here. When this operator is assigned to the training room to train an operator for 5 hours, that operator's next training time minus 50%. So when Irene sits here training an operator for 7.5 hours, this is the maximum amount of time it can be with Irene. You do 7.5 hours. This cuts your next training time, which is, how much is it? Is it 12 hours? Cuts it down to 6 hours. And then you keep Irene in again. You can do both, she doesn't run out of morale. You do it again for M2. And then once you put M3, your 24-hour M3 time will be cut down to 12 hours. And then once you started your M3, that's when you switch in an operator class specific trainer for the maximum percentage increase. This technique will pretty consistently, if you're just there, it's 8, 16, 24, even better. But this technique pretty consistently can pretty much get you like effectively a 24-hour M3, even when it's not like a specific specialization for anyone. This 50% cut down here is so goddamn strong that it does not matter that you don't have bonus speed, but like by default. Like for the archetype, doesn't matter. The 50% cut from 16 hours to 8 hours and from 24 to 12 hours saves you so much time that there's like no better thing to do. There's just no point. In theory, you can maximize it more by like calculating that you only put Irene in when there's 5 hours left, because she has to be training for 5 hours for it to take effect. You can in theory calculate so that you put in Irene when there's 5 hours left, but that gets way too not lazy and way too like sweaty. So for the lazy person, Irene or Logos for M1 and M2, and once you have M3 mastering, it's important, however, that you don't switch them out. You don't switch them out until you've actually put the M3 training on. Once it's on, then you switch them out. Then you switch out Irene, your Irene or Logos, and boom. You switch in like a archetype specific trainer. And then it goes very good, very fast. And you can indeed do it like essentially in a day. Like you get a new unit, boom, the next day you will have an M3. It's incredibly efficient and incredibly easy. Got E2 Askel on which skill to specialize first. S2. S2 is her best skill. By far. Like for general content, S2. For AFK, S1. S3 is fairly niche, but if you have resources, you can do it. But yeah, so as long as you have Irene or Logos, you can just pull the laziest tech for like easiest M3s. Works for literally anyone. You don't have to give a shit about anything else. It's just faster than like any other form, honestly. This effect is just too strong. Even if you're trying to like you can try and min-max it more, but this effect, this minus 50% training time effect is just, it's just too strong. Because like to essentially like simulate this 50% training effect on like an M2 or an M3, you would need skills that give you 100% more training speed to be as good as this minus 50% time. I don't think there's very many of those skills to give you like genuinely over like 100% training time or training speed. It's just, it obviously is indeed, it requires you to have either Irene or Logos. That's the only downside. But obviously Irene is, you know, in standard pool. Logos is on banner right now and in standard pool. So the instant you have an Irene, also Irene is currently on here as well. Logos is here and Irene is here. So like, if you really want to min-max your masteries, you can even just get them right now. Poor Vigil, what happened? Also, I don't know, how am I only at 92 Prime? I didn't realize I was this low on Prime. That's fucked up. Mitim can solo that stage and Vigil can. Poor Vigil. Poor Vigil, man. That same level of module. That's so sad for Vigil, man. Poor Vigil. What's wrong with him? How did he end up like this? But okay, yeah, so indeed, there is, first of all, there's going to be like, oh wow, already level 36. What's even the max level here? 40? Okay, there's more phase rewards. Oh, the skin! Achievements are collection, the Zoophilist and her Mollusca. At the Game Expo, Vanilla dressed up as her Destiny Quest character. Beast Fight demo will be broadcast live with the slugs in her pet cage ready for their debut. Wawa wee wah. 22 DP boy can't catch a break. Nope. 92 is low, sounds like someone needs to be in the skin. To me, I don't remember the last time I've been under 100 Prime, man. Only had 2 what's broke. Also, this very much does kind of feel like almost like a dungeon meshy themed skin. But like technically it's not. But I mean, a bunch of the other like sort of like game or like dungeon themed skins also came out with whatever. Also, this skin finally actually kind of shows you how tall Vanilla is, by the way. Because are you people aware that out of the Black Steel girls, so Franca, Liscarm, Jessica, and Vanilla and everyone, Vanilla is by far the tallest out of them. She's like tall. She's like 170 centimeters or something. She's tall. Also, this skin shows quite a bit of shoulder and pits and thigh and stomach. And Jessica is tiny. On the opposite end, Jessica is tiny. I don't have Jessica Alter, but how tall is Jessica? 147. 147. BB was featured in the Dunmesh event trailer. Oh yeah, I know. I think it was also in I think it was... Actually, no. Yeah, no, it wasn't actually for global. I think Jessica is smaller than Amia even, yes. At least like, because Amia also did grow like a couple centimeters at some point. But I can't remember how much. I don't know if Jessica Alter has the same height still. Amia is 150, yeah. And because then if we go... where is she? Where's Liskarm? No, Liskarm is leveled up. Where's Liskarm? Liskarm is 156. And Franca 163, right? And then you go over here to Vanilla 172. Weaver just kind of built diff. Just out to 149. So she grew 2 centimeters. She grew 2 centimeters. Yeah, Vanilla is just the tallest out of all of them. By like a good margin. She's almost 10 centimeters taller than Franca. Which I feel like never comes across. I feel like that never comes across anywhere. That like Vanilla is taller than all of them by like almost an entire head. It's like, huh? Damn. Oh, actually, that's equipped. So here she actually looks tall. Like it's like, oh yeah, she's tall. Huh. So I didn't get max rewards? How could this happen? Oh, you get a profile icon. How did I not get max rewards already? How could this be? Oh well, max for now, I guess. I wonder if you get all the rewards for just doing the maps once, or if you have to actually do them like a couple times. Like, I'm wondering if you have to actually do them a couple of extra runs to get all of the rewards. Not that I really care about. I can't. Yeah, sure, I'll get the profile icon, but dead week. I mean, this was a pretty. If you just quickly do the if you just quickly do these maps with like strong operators, it does not take very long. Obviously, I guess you can like give yourself more challenge, right? On purpose, don't use the buffs, and you'll obviously, you know, it's a little bit more tricky. I'm thinking we might just quickly hop into like a little bit of IS or something, because I think I will stream for about an hour at least still. The Black Steel height doodle I saw some time ago and cracked me. Yeah, there's a couple like doodles and arts of the Black Steel heights where it's like, wait, why Vanilla so tall? At the very least, I know there's one by oh wow, I forgot. Oh, Whittle Red at the very least has done one doodle of the Black Steel heights with Vanilla being like weird, like this weird lanky being. Was it Diablo Bus? You could farm the stages for event currency. Yeah, you can still do it now. You still get 60%. You have a first clear reward like a bonus, but you still have rewards for just clearing it just in general. So you can still like, you can just like, in theory, because also, well, for example, that's one way that obviously newer players who maybe can't clear the more difficult maps, they can clear the easier ones multiple times to get more of the rewards. You did just clear everything while I'm trying to beat the garrison stage with the weakest ops I can think of. Yeah, that's the thing. You can like, it's very much one of those events where it's like, you can challenge yourself a little bit by doing some wacky stuff in here, like trying to use weaker ops. Or if you have a large roster and have strong units, you can kind of blast through it in under an hour. Obviously, there's still 3 more maps. Like in 5 days, there's 3 more maps, so. Gremlin Hazelnut. Hazelnut? You mean almond? Who's Hazelnut? Hazelnut? Also, what's the medals, by the way? Clear level 5. Originium like a mentor. Obtain the skin. Defeat 8 different garrisons in special. Okay, yeah. Trim is just doing the garrisons. Okay. doing all of the garrisons. Breakthrough, breakthrough, and defeat VTE 5 times. Okay. And then obviously get all the... Oh, clear level 8 in Kernel Breakthrough. Okay, yeah. Let's just clear the last level. Yeah, exactly. It's almond, not hazelnut. Yeah, I was like, you mean almond? Like, I somehow understood what you meant, but yeah, no, she's not named hazelnut. It's almond. Almonds aren't even a type of nut. So how could you say this? It's rude. Remember when trimming was something obnoxious? Well, trimming for some events is still something obnoxious. But then for some events, it's not. For some events, it's just like, do all the content. While for others, it still has like some weird fucked up challenge condition. We do have chestnut, though. It's true. We do have chestnut. We do have some nuts, but just not hazelnut. Hazelnut is the one we don't have. God, I gotta blow my nose again. It really is horrible. Every time I get sick, I get sick at least once a year with a cold or something. And then it lasts for like a week-ish. Like the worst part of it is like a bit under a week usually. And then I'm left with like 2 weeks of the sniffles, where it's just like a runny nose for 2 weeks afterwards. Horrible. What do I use my stamina on? I have 130 stamina. I've already done Annihilation. Fuck. Some radio need? The doodle. Are you on the Discord? Can you post it on the Discord? Give me a second. Oh, the training stages. True. I do have to go to the training stages. Alright. No, this is actually peak content, dude. This is... Dude, this is content for, you know, meta brain rot tries to do tutorial stages. Oh, no, I'm actually gonna fail at least once. At least once I'm gonna fail here. Oh, here's... Oh, thank you for the... Thank you for the doodle. Let me open up this doodle of, Okay, it was somewhere in here. I'll show the artist as well, but... Thank you, Punter. See? This is their heights. Look at them. Fucking almond. I forgot almond is 140 actual midget. She's so small. I mean, you know, Jessica, you know. And then look at Vanilla. Here is the artist, by the way. Radio Neat on Tumblr. They have some other they got some other funnies in here as well, like is that your fucking idea of a regime? That's cringe. You're cringe. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Chihuahua girl being her inner animal, yep. I get it, true. Oh, here's Dench. Also their like icon or whatever, like banner is a smoking Susura. Okay, well, we'll do these tutorial stages after I once again go blow my nose. I didn't cover up Pearly. The Ascal. Wait, was there an Ascal on Dumpy? Wait a minute. Just give me a second. I have to do some research. Oh, that is a Dumpy. Oh wow, that is a Dumpy. Please don't ban me. That's quite the Dumpy. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, tutorial. Comprehensive combat exercise 1. What did he give us? Wow. Look at those E0 level 30s. Crazy. Sheesh. Okay, in we go. I can't wait to actually fail and leak something. Oh, hi Doberman. Jessica, today we'll conduct a comprehensive combat exercise. Team A1 will cooperate with you in this combat simulation. Our DP regeneration will be limited to simulate a harsh combat environment. Oh no! Oh, does the Siege Ultraman also add 2 more stages to Chapter 9? Is it tutorial stages or is it material stages or something? 0-1 layout, actually, though. Fang is already on the battlefield to provide DP for us. No way. Go faster. Man, now this is a return to the real game. Dude, and default Fang, it's normal Fang skin as well, it's crazy. Supply stages, okay. Here we are, Pibiscus and I will help. In most cases, deploying a sniper operator behind a vanguard operator to help clear enemies is a good tactic. Okay, you know, they're actually, you know, we can also use this time to, you know, judge on whether or not these are good tutorials. Once you have enough firepower to deal with the enemy, it is important to deploy a medic operator, heal your vanguard operator. Okay, you know, they're telling you like, hey, often it's better to put in a DPS first rather than healing, so that you don't leak. Because, you know, Fang can tank for a moment, so... You know, boop. And like, boop. Take with the Hydra. And the posture check. Oh, almost leaked. Wow, we're so close. They hurt so much. Pinch out slugs. Sorry to keep you waiting, we'll do the battle now. There are more enemies headed your way. We need to deploy a defender operator when we have enough DP to block them. Don't forget to deploy a caster operator to help neutralize the enemies off offensive. You can deploy a chunky boy. What's it though? Ew. Oh, okay, they're just giving you like a warning for like more enemies coming. I was like, what? Why is it flashing red? It's scary. This is truly something. Okay, I mean, this is just, you know, this is kind of, well... They really like, so this is the thing that they like to do in the early tutorials. Where they weirdly emphasize like AoE casters a lot in the early game tutorials and stuff. They're like, hey, you're gonna need some AoE to take care of a bunch of small slugs. It's like, maybe, I guess, early game sorta, like it does help. But then later on, you know, we know what happens to AoE casters. Okay, like there's better sources of AoE damage than AoE casters, or even like most AoE snipers. It's like AoE in general takes a little bit of a backseat. But in early game, they a bunch of the tutorials are like, hey, use your lava to deal with this bigger pile of enemies. It's like, okay, so okay. Tutorial 2, step 1, deploy we shut down. That's the real tutorial. Was it here when we had the next one? Yeah, here. Comprehensive combat exercise 2. Okay, yeah, this is indeed a having to split your squad. And he beat such a hard stage. I'm just that good, man. Dusk was made for chapter 0 to kill slugs. True. Oh yeah, is this 7? Oh yeah, it is 7-1, isn't it? It is like the same setup as 7-1. Kind of funky that they took, you know. Makes sense, I guess. This combat is combat. Yeah, Soldier Rush. Simulate some simulations often encountered on the battlefield. So before that, we need to understand every participating operator's individual strengths. Now they do just give you a whole, whole lineup. I wonder if they're actually gonna be like, hey, just like solve it, man. Do pay attention to today's training. Real battle, we have to adjust our squad formation according to the intelligence we receive from the battlefield. Okay, I think, okay, now they're gonna give you like a little bit of guide here. Oh yeah, also, yeah, that is like a remix. Are they gonna pause the game or like... No, they don't pause it. Okay, they do actually just want you to do it. They actually just want you to do it. Fair? Because I was like, is that indeed a remix of the battle track? Wait. It is! It is a remix. Dude, when they gonna upload the remix, huh? Yo! I don't want to go for the tutorial, I want to listen. Dude, can we get these in just like... in general? Like, can you just start using these more? Surely we get these remixes somewhere else as well instead of these 2 tutorial stages? Like, you could, dude, you could put this stuff into like... use this track on some of the harder maps for early game where the default track is used. They could like replace the tracks. Because like, this has way more energy to it for like a harder map. Dude, man, they remixed that shit hard. Who cares about the gameplay? We got a default battle track remix to listen to. But the other chapter tutorials also have this remix now? Nice. Yo, dude, it's going through like so many phases. Speak. Mm-hmm. Little piano break. They're going so hard for a like a tutorial song. Okay, we're building up, Dude, it's yet to repeat itself, by the way. It's still doing something different. How long is this track? Can we get more of these like longer tracks for default like battle music as well? Also, could they add some of the longer full versions of tracks to the game? Like of the early tracks? Dude, it's still going. It's just doing stuff. Dude, it's so fun hearing a remix for like one of these songs that you've heard. This underlying that. You hear that shit so much in the early game. Somebody upload this version to YouTube? I don't even know, man. Maybe? Maybe not. Because like, how do you even search for this? It's like... Click to the hydrate? It's still going. Has it looped? Damn. It really is. It's also somewhat... Like, I think now it's looping, I think. It also just kind of does make you realize that some of the early tracks are a lot more basic. Okay, now, yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay. We can actually gamer now. Cruise should have actually probably been one forward here. Yeah, it is for. I mean, also, so if you also weren't aware, some of the early game tracks, like some of the tracks on launch, some of the like very default dialogue tracks or battle tracks. Some of them are actually just tracks that they bought from like Audio Jungle and stuff. Like, some of them are just like licensed tracks. So, and I think this might be just like essentially a remix of one of those tracks actually that they just kind of bought as a thing. But yeah, it does put into context and like comparison of how the music game really has changed since the start of the since the early game. Yeah, before they became a music company fully. Yeah, I mean it really didn't take them very long to become a music company. Their second ever event was a music festival. Okay, so okay, we got this dude over here. I see how it is. Actually, we probably this is a Melantha situation down here. Except we first put in it. Okay, never mind. I was too fast. I do. We can dispatch Melantha. We'll also need a medic operator. No way. Oh, that is. They just tell you like, oh, you know, you have to like. They don't like make you place it in. I mean, okay, they have like a little placement guide here, but okay, no, she can't actually be that far. Over here, we're obviously gonna need. Actually, let me do something a little funky here because I kind of fucked up Cruz's placement. I should have put her in first. I don't have enough DP. It's Jover. Never mind. Wait. It's still Jover, I think. However, this goes a little bit against like this sort of. Oh, you need to actually place your blocker first. It goes a little bit against kind of the. Some of the early lessons otherwise, which is deployment order, like hey, you know, deploy tank last. But here you actually kind of have to deploy tank first, because otherwise you just don't have enough DP. But I mean, I guess, you know, you have to consider both situations. Which one was the Code of Brawl one? I think that might have been third. It was also a very early event, yes. Might have been third. We put Cruz here. You could backwards, thank you. I think they kind of want to. This is very much about showing you how to tank, sort of, or to do this in the form of splitting your forces. I'm doing it as intended. This is, I understand. Damn, indeed, you have to actually put her in first. Here's fine enough. I Code might have been third. It probably was. It was maybe third at least, like full event. I don't know if there was a smaller event in between. Okay, here we're gonna like want to like. Oh, I actually don't. Oh, I don't have enough like deployment slots. Do they actually want me to like see if it gives us a follow-up here, or if indeed what they want you to do is switch out Cruz for lava? Okay, they want you to do something. Jessica, you're not even here, by the way. Jessica's not even here. Oh yeah, we can switch another up is more suited to handle our current situation. Oh, then... What's this? What's this double deployment over here? What are they? Huh? Actually, this isn't enough. I fucked up. What do they actually want you to do here? Actually, almost they actually do tell you to, like, tank over here, actually, instead. I mean, we actually don't even, you don't even need the healer here right away. Like, Beagle can Eagle can tank, like, fine without a healer for quite a while. It's just you actually run out into, like, no unit limit. This is a bit of a puzzle. Streamer struggles with true endgame content. Actually, though? I mean, this is like, I actually feel like this is a pretty good, like, they're kind of, you know, they are like simulating what some of these maps indeed do kind of end up being, where, well, they're simulating the sort of trial and error that some of these maps have. So actually, I think we do this then. Because yeah, they're essentially simulating how, like, you know, indeed, some of this stuff does go. Like where you get this kind of trial and error. But yeah, I guess we actually maybe do just back tank over here. And we actually should have put crews facing down, but we'll switch into lava anyway, so. Right, we switch into lava anyway, so. Is it more so down? Do we do healing? I guess we'll do. Yep. Because now we have enough block here, so it's all fine. Yep, all good. Enough block. Oh, yeah, because the last enemies. Okay, those are literally the last boys. Wow. Yep. It is like it's like a decent simulation of. I mean, they even said as much, like the beginning of the tutorial is like, oh, you know, as you get more information of the battlefield, you have to change what you do. Yeah, it kind of gives you like that trial and error tutorial, where sometimes the only reason you failed is just map knowledge. Like you didn't know what was coming, so you deployed something like unoptimally. And this is I feel like this tutorial, also because it doesn't like just fully handhold you, where like place this here, place this here. It is better as well. Like this feels like a good tutorial, actually. Like this is like a good one where it's like, oh, do this, and you do generally get a better idea on the sort of progression of certain maps, and how sometimes it really is just like, you just gotta restart, and now you know better. So you know, you're quicker to place stuff in because you know better. Well, yeah, the circles, but the circles also, like, the circles of Crystal aren't even, like, necessary. Like, I only used one of the circles. Like, if they put 2 circles here, I only used one of them. They're, like, recommendations, but they're not even necessary. Like, you can also just ignore that. And at the start, for example, they don't give you any circles. They don't, you know, have, like, a, hey, here's the circle, drag your operator to this circle and face them this way kind of hand-holding. Very much just more of a suggestion. Also, there is the archive. Yeah, the training grounds here, which I did do. I did these because you get a random. I mean, you get a random, so I did do these whenever they came out, I think. And also more to come, apparently. Yeah, those tutorials also obviously do give you more. But those are almost, those tutorials... But those tutorials are almost more to like familiarize people with some of the like the, you know, because what it has like an elemental damage tutorial, for example, right? Yeah, it has like, you know, this is very much more so a mechanics tutorial. Like, oh, negative statuses, push and pull, attack speed, enemy elemental damage, allied elemental damage. Like it's a very specific mechanic that they're showcasing, rather than like a tutorial on really like how to approach a map by just at a sort of a default. I need to figure, okay, let's figure out what I need to use my stamina on. I've just been doing rocks, I think, because I don't have anything else to use stamina on unless red certs are available. Also, how many red search do I have? 3,700. It's not enough. What could we use? I have 190 of those. I have 100 of these. 300 of these. No. 230 of these. I totally need cash. So true. 230. 330. 251. 2,000 rocks. With 45 of these and 28 of these. 160 devices. 54 of these, I guess, but man, you just barely use these. And I have 500 of these that I can make. And 300 of these. Sugar as well, like 70 of these with 1,000 of these. Oridon is almost kind of low if I didn't have 800 of these and 300 of these. Like, damn. Keen, like that, this is my problem. I'm so full of stuff, man. I have everything. Look at all my chips as well, man. I have enough chips for like multiple 6 stars of each fucking type. I have been lazy with converting some of the T2s, yeah. I've just been lazy. Every now and then I do a whole bunch of them and then forget about it for a while. I also have like these to use at some point. Someone. I don't really need skill books. Where's my skill books? I need to convert some of these as well. I need to convert some of these and some of these. Because blue books do go pretty quickly for masteries, yeah. I do have maybe some masteries I could spam again, just because I have extra resources. I could also do some more modules. I actually have 60 module data blocks again, so I could actually do some. Because these often just end up being my limiting factor for modules, is just the data blocks. Like, those are the first problem that come around. You don't get that many of the data blocks, honestly. Because I have quite a bit of books as well. So I usually just do red search when it's available, but then when it's not available, I'm like, well, fuck, what do I do? Like, what do I get? I can get more of these if I really want to, but like 31. Only 5 caster chips, but 31 snipers, so, you know. 19. 20. You need 8 per 6 star, by the way. I have like, Jesus Christ, I actually have 2.5 6 stars. 2.5 6 stars. What about here? You pre-build chips? I don't necessarily pre-build them, but I just end up having a bunch of them. So well, because I save my drones to like not have to pre-build them. I just drone my chips. 27 specialists. It's just barely hidden. I'm 27 specialists. 18 guards. I don't really need chips either. It truly becomes a situation of, should I just be fucking farming rocks and then doing like originium? In fact, I have yet to ever in my 4.5 years of playing or something, I have yet to ever do originium. Never. I've never done this. Fucking 1 shard in an hour. I think this probably just becomes do more rocks. I already have a rock farm on. Yeah, it takes a while, exactly. It's just like doing those originiums is just like, man, wow, that is absolutely nothing. You get like nothing out of it. It's sad. I feel like it's sad to do it. And for sure is not something you can do unless you just have loads of money and like rocks lying around, or can just farm. Did that when I was desperate for shoe. Exactly. Exactly. Actually factorying originium is like a pure indicator of like desperation. Why can't we break down higher tier rocks into T2 rocks? The only material in the game where you'd want to do that. Also, what was I was gonna... Fuck, I was gonna check something. I forgot. What was I gonna check? There was something in operators? Oh no. What I forget? What I forgot? Oh fuck, I actually just completely forgot now. Shit. Well, rip. Whatever that thought was, it is now gone to the void. Oh yeah, there's also the new packs. Wow, elite training package. Module data blocks. Wow. The data supplements. Outfits. Nah, yeah, nothing special. It's just these ones that have been here for a little bit already. Okay, yeah. Indeed, I bought the month's data blocks. Because how much... You need like 6,000 something certs for when they add in new operators to here. I think you need 6,000 something certs to clear them out. So me right now at 3,700 is nowhere near enough. These obviously are just not worth buying. 4-star dupes. Start max leveling up so you use some limited XP cards. I don't want to max level them yet. I'm saving my first max level for like the one, you know? Which in theory probably would be Shining Altar. Right? Like once they release Shining Altar and I can get her, I can then break my like max level virginity and actually start leveling up, you know, a bunch of operators to like max level or something. Saying it for Suzu Dead. Yeah. Store tokens ever refresh? You mean these ones? Yeah, they do. They add in new ones every now and then. I think the same time that when they add in new operators, I think they also add in new tokens. I'm saving myself for marriage energy. I mean, kinda, almost, yeah. In a weird way. Except I don't see Shining as a waifu, but you know. But yeah, they do add more tokens as well. I think they add new tokens when they add new operators as well, which is every like... Is it every 6 months or is it once a year? Is it like half-year anniversaries when they add in new operators and tokens? Yeah, once a year, yeah. And I think it's on half-year anniversaries. Like, as for like Diamante, for example, was added, I'm pretty sure, with Drilling Storm. So actually for... No, because... No, wait a minute, yeah. We actually should be... Global should be coming up on actually the next edition, shouldn't they? Didn't they add stuff in Lapland event? I have to go check now, actually. Let's just go look at the Lapland trailer. What's the name of the Lapland Altar event? Yeah, aren't we getting a Contrail? Yeah. Let's check. Here's the skins. Oh, also the base update! The base update is coming, boys! Yeah, is it here? Also, oh, Ros and Angelina modules for IS as well. Yeah, here it is. That's the... Yeah. This is coming with the lap event. Is the red cert refresh. So indeed, pretty soon. For funny flying squirrel and necrosis defender woman. For my 1k red certs in 1 week if you're scheduling really good. Is that what the math comes out to? Like if you use all the possible stamina on red certs? A bit sooner. I feel like it's pretty soon. Like, Lapland Altar event should be like at most a month away or something. So it's kind of soon. It is soon, but you want it even sooner? How greedy of you. Yep, indeed. It is coming. very soon. And indeed, I mean, yeah. Dude, base update? No way. No way. The base update. Was this actually when they removed... Did they actually remove the beta? Was it actually this... Was this actually base coming out of beta? Better be soon as 600 pulls with nothing to use them on. How many am I sitting at? $200,000? What's the math on this? Calculator. Divided by 600. 346 rolls plus all the tickets that I have, which is another... another 107? I got a lot of the tickets, man. I got a lot of tickets. 107 of them. Damn, I guess I've just piled up some monthly tickets. I haven't even bought the ones from this month. Maybe I should. I have 414. I could even buy these. I could buy these. I could buy these. Can we get allied very angry Rosmontis? Dude, I wish. I can't believe Rosmontis altar is just going to be angry Ros. Crazy. I'll say, let me just buy these. Because even after I buy these, I'll have like almost 180. So I can still buy a 6-star as well. Baseball got a beta in my Arknights, right? I think it's an actual base out of beta update and not just a base update. I think they actually remove the beta from the base. Crazy, unheard of, man. Okay, so now now I have another. How many rolls is that again? 30 and like another. It's like 45 rolls. 38. Yeah, I don't know how I counted 45. 38. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 3 10s and then there's 8 singles. So yep. I also have I'm almost at 500 rolls at the moment. With indeed not a whole lot to roll. I'll throw some rolls at the siege event. From my memory, it's like Blaze Ultra event when it goes out of beta. It might have been. It might have been actually that the next base update doesn't actually take it out of beta yet. Spark Rosmontis, good. Cultured individual, sparking Ros. Where's my Ros? Man, Ros's skin is so good. Oh, I'm actually 1 away from... I could actually max potential Ros. Trauma skin, peak skin. Big Siege fan, but I gotta say for those limiteds. Well, in my case, it's more so just like... I kind of like Siege, but I'm not like the biggest fan. So I'll throw some rolls at Siege. Maybe enough for like 1 6-star or something. Like 1 soft pity. Or something. And then if I get her, cool. If I don't, well, she's in standard pool. So it's not that big of a deal. Give me a second. Yeah, because that's the thing. I do think Siege's story was a bit... It wasn't handled the best in Arc 2, which is a bit unfortunate. Why have rolls and not use them? Pull for everyone. Well, you see, because if you do that, you end up not having rolls. Why did you hear Siege? We were talking about Siege, that's why. Which was an arts fighter? She's not a real arts fighter, she's a true damage fighter or whatever, a true damage guard. Yeah, because you're right, yeah, because is it indeed called arts fighter specifically? Yeah, it is called arts fighter. Which is a little confusing. when you don't think of it as fighter, as in, you know, like brawler guards is a fighter. But I guess they are both one blocks. Like they are one block guards. But I feel like they don't have the sort of the same thing otherwise. Like why is this arts fighter instead of arts guard? No one calls it arts fighter. Siege getting an altar, small spoiler, yes. 342 out of 342 operators I know not having rolls. Exactly. It's only if you're cuckoo in the head and actually want everything. If you want, where is it? Where is it? Where does it say it? No, here. It's in here. Like what, this? 304? Actually, is it in archive that it shows you like... Oh, I forgot about this thing, by the way. This was a thing, huh? This was like a thing. I completely forgot this was a thing. You know, this like... trust buildup for furniture. 30th a limited operator? Nope, siege altar isn't limited. So, no. I was like, how many limiteds do we even have? I don't think we even have 30 limited operators, do we? No. They have not bothered to expand it, which I'm not that surprised about. Oh, well, speaking of trust, however... I am once again... max trust on everything. Every operator I have, 200 trust. Which obviously, you know, breaks apart the instant I roll on anything again and actually get a new operator, but, you know. Only 200 trust. We're just, because I remember, how many limiters do we have right now? We have all the Sui siblings, so Neon Dusk, Shu, Chongyue, Ling, Texas Altar, Gabriel Altar, Iya Altar, Scotty Altar, Nero Altar. That's 10. Wishadel, 11. Lapland is coming, 12. Spec Altar? I'm not counting the collab limiteds. Is it 22 6 stars for limited operators on EN right now? Is it really that many? It shouldn't be, right? What the fuck? Is there like a list of them? I was literally just gonna ask the list. I literally just opened up Arknights wiki. I forgot original W and indeed Rosmontis. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 24 non-collabs. And with collabs, it's another 3. 6 stars, that is. Obviously, but this is indeed including you, who is the newest one. So yeah, on EN it's less, yeah. 18 on globally. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a fair few. But indeed, because it's what? It's 4 a year. Not counting collabs, it's 4 limiteds a year. So... I Portatori dei Veluti, that was the name of the event. I was like, what was Lapland's event name again? I Portatori dei Veluti, that's what it was. Fair few, but only one wet Chen. Clitter's favorite. Ah, yeah, sure. My favorite, for sure. Totally my favorite, I swear. For reals. So actually, it is, oh yeah, it is. Oh wow, we didn't just kind of just yapping and doing the tutorial stage is incredibly important. It is about time for me to end for today. So the tomorrow, well, actually, I guess tomorrow, I'm actually not sure what I'll do tomorrow. I was possibly thinking that Vector Breakthrough could take more than one stream, but it was indeed very quick. So I'm not 100% sure what I'll do tomorrow, but tomorrow will start later. I have a very late class, so I only get home when I would normally start stream. So I'll still want to have like, I want to eat and stuff before. So stream will probably start an hour later. Limbo stream, I think Friday will be a Limbo stream. I do think Friday I'll do Limbo stream. Tomorrow I don't want to because it's just gonna be a shorter one since I have to start later. Because yeah, we have ending 3 still to do in IS, so I think that's probably what we're gonna hop onto to try and do. And Friday, I'm thinking probably on Friday I would actually tackle Railway, my first Railway, because I never did Railway 4. But also, I believe, let me check. Yes. Uriel is currently actually streaming on YouTube, so I think I'll just send you guys over that way. She's still going. She actually seems to be actually doing IS. I think she also finished early on Vector Breakthrough, but I think she only started 2 hours ago. She started when the event started, instead of an hour earlier like I did. So I'll send you guys over to Uriel on YouTube side. I'll post links, since I can't actually raid normally. Well, thank you for coming, thank you for watching, thank you for chatting, thank you for lurking. Say hi to Uriel for me, and we'll see you tomorrow for some IS3. IS3, IS5. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.